if you're trying to make money online, start an online business, be one of those traveling entrepreneurs that can travel whenever you want, make money online at the same time, that dream can seem a little difficult, especially with all the news that is going on. Things are kind of hectic. The economy is kind of doing a number on us. Let's be real. But it's important to stay motivated, and that's what this video is about. I want all the successful people, the people that are going to be successful in the future, because you might be average right now, you might be kind of struggling now, but in the future you're going to make it. If you keep at what you're doing, I promise you, you're going to eventually make it. It doesn't feel real until it's in the moment. And a lot of people nowadays, they're not feeling so hopeful. So that's what this video is about, to show you guys proof, visual proof of what you can achieve. And a big part of people who are traveling out of America is to reduce their cost of living, to further proceed to achieve their dreams. A big cost of our finances is cost of living. And let's show some examples of people who have reduced their cost of living by moving out. So let's see what this first lady has to say.
So I live in China, and moving to China was one of the worst things I have ever done in my life. In my life. Like, look at this. Huge living room, view of the highway, view of beautiful nature, mountains back there. Look at this, and just look at the kitchen. Look how big the kitchen is. The kitchen is huge. Like, what? And we just bought this refrigerator for only like $240. Somewhere around there. Amazingly beautiful refrigerator.
See, you see the cost of that? That nothing like that. There's no place in like that in any major city in America that's gonna be as low cost as something like that. But yeah, let's keep going.
With a freezer at the bottom. And this place is like 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's one of the worst decisions that we could have ever made. Horrible decision, don't do it. By the way, if you can't tell, I'm totally kidding. You should definitely consider moving abroad.
Yeah, I think it was kind of obvious she was being facetious, but if I wanted to gatekeep a place like that to prevent the price from going up, I probably would make a video like that. But yeah, no, it is. It looks like a good deal. I didn't know China was one of those countries that you could go to. That I was hearing Thailand, Singapore, but China's a new one. Oh, okay. They still like America over there? Okay, let's go on to the next video.
Americans who have been to Europe, we all came back realizing that America's a scam, right? I spent time in Portugal. Coffee was €1. Dinner for two, drinks, dessert, everything. Cost a third of what you'd pay here. And I didn't feel sick after eating, because the food's actually real. And I already know some people are going to be in my comments saying, oh, it's exchange rates, or they get paid less there so things cost less. It's not that. I visited there, I could take an Uber for €4, or the metro for a fraction of that cost. Then I come back home and an Uber from the airport costs $52 because of surge pricing. That's not just exchange rates, that's not a one-to-one. That is pure greed. And it's like that with everything. We are not getting what we're paying for here.
Yeah, no, I can't tell you how much times I was, I felt okay with using an Uber when I was in Germany, Ukraine, and Romania. Uber was a big option for me, and it's almost never an option for me in America because you see the price of Uber in America, you're just like, I'll just walk, take the bus. But in the other countries, I was like, okay, Uber's staying on my phone. Usually I'm in America, Uber's deleted. When I go to other countries, Uber's always on my phone. But yeah, let's finish
We
this.
work more, pay more, and somehow get less. You pay just to exist here. If every American spent 1 week outside of this country, we'd never accept this again.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And, I think that's why they keep us or try to keep us in the mindset of staying in America so we don't see the other side. They say the grass is always greener on the other side. Well, I can guarantee you You're if you're in America, you're not on the good side of the grass. Yeah, let's go on to the next video.
Do you always see on TikTok people are like, you can travel for free, you can do World Packers, Workaway, Woofing, Give, all these volunteer exchanges where you can just go and travel and live somewhere for free and then just do a little bit of work. Maybe it seems like it's too good to be true, then you never do it because you're like, is it sketchy or is it real? And like the people talking about it kind of seem like they're promoting it. Okay, well, no one's paying me to make this video. I'm just making it because I did 5 of those things and I'm here to say it was amazing and it was good, and I'm going to tell you about each of my experiences. The first one I did was in Thailand, and it was on the island where the full moon festival is, and I stayed there for a month, and I literally
Yeah, she's talking about these kind of programs where you could like sort of live in a host family residency, and they kind of take care of you while you do a little bit of work, sometimes a lot of work. I'm not sure about the work to actually vacationing ratio, but it seems like you work less than you actually, get to enjoy the stay. But yeah, let's see what she has to say.
literally worked, I kid you not, 4 days out of the entire month. This was my first experience too, so I was like, is this how they're all gonna be? This is crazy. This is like too good to be true. No, it was real. We worked the full moon week and that was it. There were 12 other volunteers. I got to go to all the full moon stuff for free, all the parties, got free accommodation. We didn't get free food, but that's okay because I was happy to attend all this full moon bucket list event without paying for anything. My next experience was in Malaysia. This one was more structured. I actually worked every day and I had 1 day off. I worked 5 hours a day just doing reception, like checking people in, showing people to their rooms. If I wasn't doing reception, I would be like leading an event. I got free breakfast with that one. So basically you can like choose which ones you apply for and what workload you want. Like I didn't really, I'm traveling. I don't want to be working all the time every day.
Yeah, she makes a good point. In these kind of programs, you have to work a little bit, which is that a fair deal? Because she says that she did it in Thailand, and that already is like a low cost of living. So if you're getting things for free, it's kind of like not that big of like a cost on their end. So these are things you kind of think about when you're thinking about doing a program. But like, I guess this is for those people that don't actually want to like start an online business quite yet, but they want to see the experience of living in another country. I guess this is a good route to go. But yeah, let's let her finish.
So like the first one was really nice. I was basically still traveling and just got to live there. I did another one in Malaysia. I stayed with a family at their homestay, and I kid you not, I probably did like 3 hours of work the whole week I was there. Got 3 meals a day, kitchen to cook. It was like the most peaceful little place. It was just like being on a little retreat. They even had a motorbike for me and a bike, so I just explored the island every day. They became like my little second family for that week. I did another one in Thailand, and this one was not working at a hostel, but it was teaching English, but it was on Skype. I literally lived in this little fairy village.
Yeah, that's just sort of where that video ends. But yeah, it seems like a nice little deal that you're getting if you do a program like that. I was looking into that a little bit. I think for America, they kind of do like different things. Like they make us pay to have that kind of experience a little bit. While if you're in Europe, you don't got to pay. You got to do your own research on that. But yeah, let's go on to the next video.
Americans who've been to Southeast Asia, you went back home to the States and realized it was a scam, right? Like, bro, you eat like a king out here for $2 a meal. In the States, you're spending $18, bro, on a Chipotle bowl that looks like it was stomped on. Then they skimp on the chicken, and it's covered in seed oils. And then what are we actually even working for back home? A house we'll never own? You gotta spend 30 years to pay off the mortgage. And then once it's paid off, you owe property taxes until you die. You don't own the fucking thing. Congratulations. You just rent it from the government.
Yeah, you don't technically own the houses that you actually pay for. Like you still have to pay taxes on like the houses that you get, even if you pay off the mortgage. Like it's kind of a screwy system. Like you don't really own the properties that you get in America. But yeah, let this guy continue.
And then healthcare is literal extortion. Like if you break your arm, bro, that is $3,000 and a payment plan. Everyone's competing in a game that doesn't even matter. Everyone's buying shit to impress people who they don't even like, who don't even like them. You got these blue-haired freaks destroying the cities of America. Whenever I go back, I can't help but see that we are in the Truman Show in the States. But here in Southeast Asia and shit, even Europe, it's a simple life. It's more affordable. You realize America's not freedom. It's a subscription service with no cancel button.
Yeah, he kind of hit the nail on the head right there. Like, America's, you don't really own anything in America. It's like everything's a subscription service. Like, you see it play it out online and all these companies, Netflix, like, even AI programs that are coming out, they're subscription services to actually use it. So if you want to be able to use AI to make a living for yourself, you're kind of have to get that subscription service. Everything's, money's made through subscription services, monthly payments, like, insane. You want to get on the ball as soon as you can. That's why I'm trying to motivate you guys through these videos. But let's go on to the next video.
Well, not even a full year ago, I was working full-time as an engineer. I was working in a corporate office, and I just remember sitting at my desk every day, like, being so miserable. Like, damn, this is really my life. This is what I'm doing every day. I just hated it. And this morning, I am literally in Morocco. I'm at my hostel right now. I'm at the rooftop, and I woke up first. I don't know, I just woke up early this morning for everyone else. So I just came to the rooftop, and I was just sitting here thinking, like, holy shit. Not even a year later, like, this is my life now, all because I just woke up one day and I was like, no, I'm gonna change my life and I'm gonna quit my job and just start traveling the world. Also, today is the day that 8 girls are coming here in Morocco to meet me because I'm hosting a group trip here, and I just think that's the coolest fucking thing ever, that 8 girls that I've never met before think I'm cool enough to travel across the world to meet me here in Morocco, to travel with me and spend a week with me in Morocco to surf and, like, just hang out and do fun, cool things. And I just can't believe that this is my job now.
Yeah, she's made a living for herself doing this travel thing. Like, the opportunities that await you out there. Like, if you really, like, look into what you can actually make a living off, it's kind of insane. Like, this is why I encourage you guys to look at the options that you have for yourself in this life. Like, you never know what you can be making a career for yourself out of. But yeah, let's let her finish.
Now, like, what? You're telling me less than a year ago I was an engineer in an office building, and now I'm traveling the world hosting group trips, all because I woke up one day and decided that I wanted a different life in my 20s? All I'm saying that is, if you're, like, thinking about making a change, this is the time to do it. Like, our 20s, our 30s, this is a time to take a risk. Like, stop doing things that you hate. Stop doing things for other people because they're telling you to do that. Stop living your life for other people. Live your life for you. Do what makes you happy. It's never too late. It's never too late to go back, make a difference. Like, do what makes you happy.
Yeah, this is exactly the sentiment that I want for these videos. Your 20s and your 30s, these are your times to seize the opportunities that you have. You're not going to be younger than you are today. Tomorrow you're going to be older. The next day you're going to be older than that. And are you going to be more capable than you were the day before? I would say your best opportunities are the opportunities that are presented to you right now. So, listen to this blonde lady. Okay, let's get on to this next video. Oh, okay, this is just listen to the lady.
I just saw a video from a guy talking about how if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to get opportunities. This kid is 18 years old. He was talking about how he had been wanting to do modeling and had finally gotten some opportunities that were like dream things for him that he'd always wanted to do. So I opened up the comments because I was like, yeah, this kid is so right. Like, this is so true. You have to put yourself out there. And the comments were clowning this man. I was like, what in the world? Every single comment was miserable. So many people were coming for him saying, like, this is just your pretty privilege. It's just, oh, you're conventionally attractive. Oh, you're just the beauty standards. That's why that happened to you. And all of these people, hundreds of comments, were just being so unkind to this kid. He's so young. He's right at the beginning of whatever career he's going to have. And I was so shocked because I was like, oh no, he's 100% correct. You do have to put yourself out there in order to get opportunities.
Yeah, this is the thing that society's not going to like you for. Society's going to see you trying and then just immediately try to stop you from making progress. That's the thing that I noticed when you're posting online, your friends and your families are going to be the last people to support you. You know, strangers are more likely to support you than your friends and family. But yeah, let's keep this going.
And if you don't put yourself out there, you will find yourself making excuses for why it never happened for you that conveniently never bring up the fact that you just didn't try hard enough. You will always find a way to blame somebody else for why you didn't become successful. It will never be on you, right? It'll never be your fault. It'll never be because you didn't put yourself out there. It'll never be because you were too scared. It'll just be, well, it didn't happen for me because nobody gave me the opportunity. Nobody did it for me. Versus you didn't put yourself out there, so you did not get the opportunities. He was talking about the modeling industry. I'm not a model. I'm not trying to be a model, but I do want to be a musician. And I do know that I spent the first 25 years of my life thinking it's never going to happen for me. And I just have to accept that.
Yeah. Like I said, people are going to try to stop you from achieving it. And yeah, that's a lot of reason why people have regrets in their life is because they listen to those types of people and stop themselves from achieving something new. And there's going to be a lot of that nowadays because what you have to do to succeed in this life are going to be things that are experimental that people have not done before. But as you can see, based on history, the people, the inventors, the innovators are the most successful people in history. You know, you're going to have to make some people angry with what you're doing in order to get what you want out of this life without any regrets. But, you know, don't try to reinvent the wheel, okay? Do what has been proven to be successful with a little originality and experimentation. But yeah, let's let this girl cook.
And then one day I woke up and I said, screw that. I'm going to make this happen if I can. And since then, I have written 20 plus songs. I'm putting out an album at the end of the summer. I have so many amazing opportunities. I'm in a band now. I now know how to play the guitar. I did all of these incredible things, had all these doors open for me that never would have opened for me before because I changed my mindset. I decided that it was no longer going to be my fault that I didn't achieve things. And listen, even if you put yourself out there, you may still not get those dreams that you have, but at least it won't be your fault anymore.
Yeah, that's how that works. Put yourself out there and, you know, present your talents to the world and then see who picks that up. You know, who you never know what eyes back in the day, it used to be like there was like a acting performance and then there'd be like one stunt recruiter guy or what do you call them? Just like those people that just like seek out talents, the scouts. It would just be like a guy in a fedora with a cigar and like he sees that girl on stage and he's like, she's a star. Like, you know, it's not exactly going to play out that way, but in essence, that's how it works. Put your talents out there, let your voice be heard. A closed mouth does not get fed. But yeah, let's let this girl cook.
At least you won't get to the end of your life and think, God, I wish I had put myself out there more. I wish that I had taken that opportunity. I wish that I had worked just a little bit harder just to see what was possible. I'm not going to get to the end of my life and think I have so many regrets because I didn't put myself out there. I never explored what music could have been for me. I never tried. You have to stop making excuses for why you're not achieving the things that you want in your life. You need to be working so hard to achieve your dreams that people cannot possibly look at you and cast blame at you for why your dreams aren't coming true. You may never get the opportunities you want, but you will never, ever get them if you do not first put yourself out there. People are not going to be knocking on your door saying, hey, we've got these amazing opportunities for you if you are not showing up first. You have to put in the work first. You have to set the foundation first, and then the opportunities come, not the other way around. You have to start acting like the person that you want to be, and then people will start treating you like the person that you want to be.
Yeah, that's crazy how true that is. You gotta act like what you want to be to actually let people think. You know, I made a video before, fake it till you make it. Everybody's lying. You know, I mean, not everybody's lying. Like that's kind of hyperbolizing, but like you want to accentuate your best traits that you're good at. You know, accentuate your talents. It's a learning process though. So, understandable why not everyone's able to do it. Not everyone is going to be able to do it. Not everyone's going to be capable of it. But you got to make sure that you at least try. A lot of people give up before they're even aware of what they're capable of. And, it's kind of sad to see. I talked a lot about this with my history of dance. I knew that wasn't going to be feasible for me with like the way that the economy is going to be, the way that AI is coming to, there's probably going to be dancing robots that are going to take dancers' jobs, even though, that's not talent. It's just a robot doing that. But yeah, you got to work with what you got. You can't blame society. You got to leave yourself blameless with the failures that you partake in your life. You can't live your life and be like, I probably should have tried a little harder. By that point, it's too late. So try hard now. Let the world call you a tryhard.
A year from now, you're going to be scrolling on TikTok and you're going to see the same person that right now has no followers, is posting cringy videos and has no idea what they're talking about. And they're going to be living the dream life that you feel like you deserve. But you're not going to have it because you're not the one who started.
Yeah, that was a short one. And that was the last one. But yeah, that I feel like that's the best way to end this video. What people are doing today that seem cringy, they're going to be living their dreams the next year or maybe 5 years. Things don't really happen that fast. And sometimes they do. You never know when things could happen, when things take place. And they don't even necessarily have to involve you posting TikToks, of yourself. You could be working on something else. Hint, hint. But, yeah, I think that's a good way to end this video. If you guys like this kind of content, leave a comment. I wanted to pose this question for people who stayed till the end of this video. If there's a system that, it seems perfect, but people are able to exploit that system to benefit themselves, do you blame the system for having those faults, or do you blame the people for exploiting that system, for why you end up not making it in life? There's a secret third option. You could blame yourself. Something to think about. But yeah, leave a like if you like this kind of content and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.